Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Pinky Hooks. I am your host, Shania Lancaster, and today is Sunday. How's everybody doing? I hope that you are enjoying this great weather. If you are here in Texas, everyone is out and about. Thank you. To all the new subscribers, yes, you guys are starting to flow in. Yay! Yay! There was something that I saw earlier this week, and it was a coworker of mine who showed me a video, okay? On, I don't know if it was on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, right? And she was in disbelief at what she was seeing. It was this lady who was in a two-piece bikini. She was in her home, and I guess she wanted everyone to see her enhancements on her body. I know that, we're living in 2022, and I know that a lot of people get body enhancements. I thought I had seen the craziest, okay? I thought from watching Botched, that cosmetic surgery reality show. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, but I had never in my life seen anything like this. This lady, the size of her boobies. Man, I'm trying to think about how I can describe this to you guys so you understand or you can get the visual of what I saw. Her boobs, one boobie probably was, I lied to you, I cannot make this up, was probably the size of 3 D's or 3 double D's. That's one boob. It was massive. One boob was bigger than a basketball. One boob. And she had 2 of these things. I can't stop with my hands because I was just like, what am I looking at? I mean, they were something like y'all have never seen. Like, you know how you've seen those comic book drawings, and comic book artists, they like to exaggerate, both the male and the female figure. Like when they're giving men the 6-pack, they got damn near like a 20-pack, and the women got these tiny little waists and real curvy or whatever. Yeah, her boobs were they weren't even suitable for a comic book. Like, it was that exaggerated. And then it didn't stop there. So I guess she's in her own kitchen, and she's like, she got all her MAC makeup, all that extra makeup, the extra long, hair piece weave down, to her butt. And then she turns around, right? Like she's going into the refrigerator, and her behind, because she has on a bikini, but when she turned around, I guess, I don't know, what is that? Like, I guess it was like a thong bikini. One of her butt cheeks was just as big as one of her boobs. And the crazy thing was that the lady, I can tell by her bone structure, her actual body structure would never support what she had enhanced. Like, there's no way. Now, I would say probably she might have been in her late 20s, early 30s. And it was hard to tell because she had so much makeup caked on. I could not really tell. And then, like, even the eyelashes were like super duper long. Like, they were like out there. I saw one of her thighs. Her legs and thighs did not match the enhancements that she got. Like, she had on a string bikini top, right, where basically the only thing the bikini was covering was really her her headlights. I hate saying the word, you know, nipples. I'm sorry. It sounds so gross to me. I'm so immature. I don't care how immature I am, but I'm just immature like that. Yeah. 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 I was just like, and what was so bad about the boobs was that you could see the sides right in here underneath her underarms was stretching. The skin was stretching. Now, I know, okay, that a lot of people are probably going to say, Shine, what is the problem? It is 2022. Everyone is getting it. No, everyone's not getting cosmetic surgery. No, okay. I have had cosmetic surgery, but in the form of reduction. And that was because it was a problem, you know, where I had to, basically the doctor was just like, yeah, we need to take some of this down. And that was for medical reasons, because otherwise, if I wasn't having problems with my back and neck, I would never have gotten it done years ago. I'm talking about reduction, not enhancements. And I don't let me explain. I don't really have a problem with enhancements, I think what bothers me is that when they are exaggerated, when they are taking it to a level of, what's the term I want to say? Like, it's not even reality. Like, I'm trying to figure out what kind of clothes is this woman wearing? Because when you do something that drastic, okay, you have now altered body sizes, or how can I say, clothing sizes that don't even exist. And what I mean by that is that, okay, the woman herself, and she wasn't fat. There wasn't an ounce of fat on her. You could tell by how close her shoulder blades, her shoulders and everything. She was a very small, petite framed woman. And she was doing this video in some crazy, like 6-inch heels, she was kind of like stepping around. And I was thinking to myself, this is sad. This is really sad. And I felt sorry for her. And I know people are going to say, well, what is the problem, Shai? Everybody should do what makes them, happy, or what makes them feel good about themselves. But if you saw what I saw, okay, and I want you guys to really, really try to imagine what I just said to you. You're telling me that makes someone happy? Because when I see that, I'm like, no. There was one thing, I can kind of see probably what her natural body looked like. That's how you clearly could see the size of her frame. So I'm going to say that this lady already had a nice frame. She probably was a little small up top, and maybe, she definitely didn't really have like hips. She wasn't a hippie woman. She didn't have hips, and she might have had like a little bum back there, but basically that woman probably looked perfectly fine. And when I see society following these stars that we see on TV, I don't really talk much about the people that's like in show business. Okay, I guess it's for entertainment, I guess, but I'm sad that people they're so uncomfortable with their bodies, right? That they would go to the extreme. And basically, I don't know if that woman understands what she has done, because if you don't know, when you get breast enhancements, or, the whole thing everybody's doing back there on their bums, it's not a one-time thing. Because from what I understand, especially when you get implants, from what I understand from the doctors, like, not these Hollywood doctors, I'm talking about true cosmetic doctors who care about your body, they will say that you need to get them redone every so many years, or you need to get them checked. Because you're talking about putting some type of silicone liquid. Basically, you're putting an alien into your body. It is not a part of your body. It's not. So now you have put something inside your body and your body needs to somehow, I mean, it's going to say, wait, what is this? And you better hope that your body's like, okay, well, it gets along with this foreign object that you have now placed inside your body. Okay. I'm not talking about like when people get dental implants. That's the industry I work in, right? Dental implants or something like that. I work in the oral business, basically. I mean, I'm not in the doctor's office, but I'm on the corporate side. But yeah, we're talking about, or let me say dental implants. I would say dental implants, I can't really think of anything else. Or something like, people be like, oh, they got like a metal piece in their leg or something, I mean, something to help the person function. That is something that those are the kind of foreign objects that these people require in their body. Excuse me, whether to eat or, to make their heart beat or to move their limbs. This other stuff that people are doing, this is for pure vanity. Okay. Sorry, I had to go get something to drink. Yeah. So what I was saying, I don't know if people are really, really doing it because they're saying, yeah, it makes me feel better about myself. I think there's a couple more reasons why it's being done, but nobody wants to address it. Why is this so hard to get open? Hold on. I don't know if people are really being honest with themselves and they're saying, yeah, it makes me feel good. Because when you do that kind of enhancement, no, there's something wrong. There's something wrong inside that person. Okay? I'm not putting these people down. I actually feel sorry for people who feel the need. And the majority of it, of the people who are doing this, unfortunately, are women. And it's women of all race and creeds. I'm just like, what's happening? What's happening? Men do get cosmetic surgery, but women are like, it's unbelievable. I mean, they are altering every single thing that they possibly can. I feel as though these women that you see, I mean, walking around with these excessive implants and enhancements, I feel sorry for them because I think that they finally fell under the peer pressure. How can I rephrase that? I think they actually succumb to what they think is expected of them, what they think society wants to see. Okay? Because I don't know. I really feel like in my heart that no one would do that to themselves had there not been a standard by a man or society of what a woman should look like, what her body should look like, okay? We have seen over the years the movement of bigger women, full size, plus size women saying, hey, this is me and this is okay. We have seen the model agencies or the catalogs, even Sports Illustrated, you are starting to see a full size figure on the cover, as you should. I'm not saying every year you should see, a full size or a plus size woman, right? What I'm saying is, yes, you should have been including all, shapes of women all along. Short, tall, black, white, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should have been showing all along. Because had society been acceptive, is that a word? Accepting of all shapes and sizes to begin with, you would not have, I don't think we would see what I saw the other day. That video. I want to focus more so on women than men because, again, I like to talk about what I know. And I don't know anything about being a man, but I know everything about being a female. Okay. I really thought about it. I had somebody come up to me at work, one of my coworkers, and she came to show me her eyelashes. Cause she was just, and I mean, her eyelashes looked beautiful. They looked natural. She had got the right size. Like, they weren't exaggerated. They were perfect. They were perfect for her, And she said, well, and she said, I wanted eyelashes that looked natural. She's just like yours is perfect. She's just like, are you wearing eyelashes? I'm like, I don't wear eyelashes. No, I don't wear eyelashes. And again, because I'll keep doing this in the video before anybody tries to come for me. Again, listen to what I'm saying. I am not saying that there is anything wrong with that. Look at my nails, okay? Duh. Okay, I don't go get them professionally done. I told y'all I use press-on. These things will pop off in a minute. I only do press-ons when I'm recording because, I want my hands to look presentable. Yep. But because nails really aren't my thing. I don't want to sit there forever. I can't, I'm a big kid. I don't like sitting in beauty salons. Never have. So I do everything myself. But nevertheless, anyway, she was saying that she said that she wanted to look pretty again, and she is around my age, I think she's a little bit older than me. I think she's either 56 or 57, but, and she's married and everything. She's like, I just want to look attractive for my husband. And I was like, okay, and I don't think anything is wrong with that. I mean, you guys know that I wear hair extensions or wigs or whatever. Y'all have seen me in the very beginning. Some days I would have a scarf on my head or whatever. Some days you'll see me with extensions. Some days y'all see me in wigs. Whatever. That's just me. I like to dress up. But again, they're extensions. They're going to come out. You know what I'm saying? And if I have to rock my natural hair, I will. But I just think that women, unfortunately, are... I really feel like the majority of the women that I see on social media, out in the streets, too, like, I seen people that work at my job that I'm just looking at them and I'm like, are you really, really happy? Because I have seen some women who wear the long eyelashes or whatever, and then they was telling me that they can't rub their eyes. If their eyes itch, they can't do like me, because I'll dig all up in here and then have a black mark around my eye, looking like a raccoon. I don't care, because I can just wipe it off. But I need to rub my eyes. And they was like, no, you can't rub your eyes when you have the eyelashes. You got to go like this. Like, you got to pat it. That's crazy. What? You can't rub your eyes? I need to rub my eyes. That's crazy. And it's all, and they're uncomfortable, because after the lady had showed me her eyelashes, so she's had them in for about 2 weeks now. And by the time I saw her on Friday, either last Thursday or Friday, her eyes were super red. And I was like, have you been crying? And she's like, no, they're just irritated. And I wanted to say, pluck them things off, And now she's like, you know, blinking all over the place. And I'm just like, all of this for beauty, you know? I'm not doing it. And if you watch my first video in the beginning of the year, you know, it was like my New Year's video of what I showed y'all, like some of the shots where I had did a test video. You know, I was scared to get in front of the camera, you know, because in my mind, I felt like I did not have the look to be in front of the camera. I kept doing shot after shot. I kept talking certain different ways, you know, that will be more appealing to an audience, you know, more receptive. I will be honest, I did not like the sound of my voice. Yeah, when I was about to start this channel, I started thinking, like, I literally started thinking about what everybody else wanted to see. That's what I did. I told Linda will tell you, I told Linda, like, I'm nervous about getting in front of the camera. I did a couple of test runs and I was like, ugh, you know? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can put on makeup, but I've done some videos where I have no makeup on. Y'all seen it, you know? I kept saying things like, I wish I had did this when I was like younger, you know, but okay, you know, YouTube wasn't really like this. I mean, when I was in my 20s and 30s, yeah, no, it didn't exist. But one day I was just like, okay, it's just gonna have to work. I was embarrassed because, you know, like, okay, y'all know I'm trying to lose weight. I am losing weight, but it's not coming off of my face. And I was like, oh my God, I got a double chin. And when I turned to the side, they could see all of this. I was about to start putting on filters. And then I started thinking to myself, like, I wonder if these women who are doing all these enhancements, this is how they feel. Because remember what I just told you. I said I was very conscious about what I would show and project to people out there. I was so conscious about, oh my God, you know, somebody's going to be scrolling through and then they're going to see that face and be like, ew, what is she doing? You know, or somebody will try to do a clip of my video, you know, and get a shot of my face and start picking me apart, because I did not want to do all the crazy enhancements that everybody else was doing. I may not liked what I saw initially, right? And I started looking, like I was literally doing stuff like, let me see, if I was able to pull back my skin, I'll be younger. Or if I do like this, okay. But no, that's not my face. You know, I mean, it was crazy. I started thinking, like, I'm telling y'all, all of this was going through my mind. I was just like, okay, well, maybe I can just never show my face. Okay, it's originally, remember, it was supposed to be a crochet video. And I was just like, well, I am subscribed to some people who I've never seen their faces. And all I've seen is their hands and heard their voices for crochet videos. Right? And I started thinking to myself, yeah, I could do that. But I was just like, yeah, but Shine, you would only do that because what? You are trying to hide the way you look, you know? And not to mention, I started looking at stuff like, oh, I'm starting to get those bags, you know? I mean, I'm getting older, you know what I mean? I just, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, if I was trying to do all of that, I wonder what these other women who actually followed through, right, with these enhancements. You can't tell me that, oh, they're just doing it just to make themselves happy. Nope. There's something else to it. There's something else to it. Because I cannot see any woman saying, I want one of my boobs to be the size of, like 3 double D's. 3, 1 boob. Now that woman is young. I don't think that she is thinking about what is going to happen as she gets older. I don't, yeah. Because you're not going to be able to maintain that forever. And even if you have the money to maintain that forever, the problem is that your body, our natural flesh and bones will not continue to support that kind of enhancement. I really want to tell women that it is okay. It is okay. It's okay to just be who you are. Look the way God designed you and created you. That's it. Because I'm sorry, and I know I'm about to go off on a tangent, and men, if I have any male subscribers on my channel right now, I do not want you to think that I'm coming for you, that I'm trying to attack you. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm talking about in the general population of the male society, where the bad apples, we'll say the bad apples who have made, like this standard, of what females should look like. It was like back in the day when Marilyn Monroe was, when you talking about like when she was around, who else? The old movie stars. I think Marilyn Monroe was the woman who started the whole concept that if, especially Caucasian women were blonde, like if you were blonde, yeah, you had it going on. You know what I mean? And it's just a hair color. And what's funny is that Marilyn Monroe was not a natural blonde. Norma Jean, if I'm correct, was a redhead. If I'm correct, y'all correct me in the comments below. Let me put it like this: she was not blonde. Norma Jean was not blonde. And if you ask me personally, Norma Jean, aka Marilyn Monroe, looked better in her natural hair color to me. And there's nothing wrong with the hair, because y'all know I love hair. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is that when she came on, because she was voluptuous, they basically, it seemed like the men kind of just started making it seem like, yup, that is, blonde is beautiful, no matter what. And all these women really started believing that, oh yeah, I got to dye my hair blonde, I remember growing up on Three's Company. Everybody thought Suzanne Summers, oh my gosh, she was the knockout. You know who I thought was pretty? I thought Janet. Was prettier than, I just said the woman's name, Chrissy. I forgot that quick. What is her? Suzanne Summers. Yeah. I just thought Joyce DeWitt, who played Janet, I thought she was beautiful. She was short, I thought she had a cute little frame when I was a kid, and her hair was this jet black. I thought she was pretty. I thought she was prettier, because in my mind, and that's true, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I don't know what happened that women just really started succumbing to this. Like, I'm looking at all these crazy reality shows with the housewives and all these people, and I'm like when the shows first started, I'm talking about the original ones, before in their first season, their pilot season, okay, they wore makeup and weaves and hair extensions and all that, but it wasn't like boom, boom, boom. Everybody is doing it, and I don't understand why. I don't understand it. And if you're saying, well, Cheyenne, it's because it's a trend. No, clothes are trends. Hairstyles are trends. You know, we're talking about cutting your body and putting foreign objects in there. But you're over exaggerating it. It's too much. And I hope, and I really do hope that if you say that you're doing it for yourself, I really hope that's true. I really hope it's true. But what I see when I look at these women, I'm seeing something a little extra. I think you're doing it. I mean, I will be surprised if you're not doing it just even a little smidget for male attention. It's too much. It is too much. I also think it has a lot to do with another issue, and the other issue is people are scared of aging. You know, I mean, I cannot lie. Sometimes me and my best friend, me and Linda, will be on the phone. We talk. You know, I met Linda when I was 20. I had just turned 20, and Linda was only 18. And, you know, now I am 51, you know, and we have watched each other. When we first met each other, everybody's skin was still tight. You know, my eyes was you know, like just everything was still like bright. I had a glow, you know, my hair was still, my natural hair was still shiny and strong. Linda had thick behind eyebrows, you know, just this curly, beautiful, you know, shiny black hair and all this kind of stuff. And we're just like, yay. And I mean, that's what youth is. You have this vessel, right, that has not started to show all of life's, you know, battle wounds, you know, and scars and just wear and tear. And now we look at ourselves and we're like, golly, you know, we talk about like, we talk about the bags, we talk about the dark circles, you know, we be like, oh, and both of us have said, yup, we do this. I'll be doing this in the mirror. Like, okay, like if I was just to do this, I wouldn't, you know, we start talking about our double chins or whatever, you know, and Linda, she'll talk about a little bit about her face. And I mean, cause she's not even, Linda might be, I think she might have finally got up to a size 1 because she's little, she's petite, you know, but even then she has a double chin. We talk about that. And we both just one day just decided like, no matter what, we're not doing it. We're not going to get cosmetic surgery as far as like to make ourselves look younger. Again, I am not coming for y'all. If you want to do that, that's fine. The issue that I'm having, right, is when you do an exaggeration on your body, right? And you know it, I mean, come on, I'm talking about a serious exaggeration, and you know that is not fitting for your frame. And I'm talking about doing things for others to be accepted. The bottom line, folks, is that God did not design us to stay young forever. I don't care what these commercials tell you, okay? You got grown women who are my age, in their 50s, that walk around and be like, yeah, I can still fit my, I can wear my grandchild's clothes or my daughter's clothes or whatever. I don't care if you have the body, you know, you walking around, you fit like J-Lo or somebody. The question is like, should you? Because here's the thing, your body can be tight, but I'm sorry, it'll be something in your physique, in your face, right? Even if you're toned and you're still in shape, your age still will tell itself. And I'm not talking about like, I do get people that look at me and be like, you're 50? You know, or, you know, I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, you can clearly see, even if I don't look 51, you know that I'm well over, you know, 20s and 30s. You can see that. And I don't like it when people start dressing, they start dressing young. When you, I mean, because to me, it looks, I think it looks crazy. I'm not saying that you got to pull out the polyester knits and you and you know and some, what are them shoes called? I don't know, some naturalizers or whatever, you know, and you walking around in granny shoes and you rocking the sunglasses, you know, that the older people wear and looking like the shades from Terminator, all that kind. Nobody's saying that. What I'm saying is you should embrace aging. Be glad that you're able to age. Be glad you're here to still, because there's a lot of people that did not make it to my age at the age of 51. There's a lot of people I know. And yes, it is hard. I will not sit here and lie. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's hard when you look in the mirror, you know, before you put on the makeup. It's hard because when I say it's hard, not every day is it hard, but there are some mornings I get up and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, wow, before when I used to get up in the morning in my 20s and even in my 30s, you know, everything was just like, I was like, you know, and I thought nothing of it if I did walk out the house without makeup. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, even though you look at yourself every day, you know, I mean, we're human. You do start thinking like, man, you know, oh my God, like, because you're watching yourself transform. You're going into a different, your vessel is changing. Your body is changing. And maybe it's a look that you didn't think you would ever see on yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, like my sides, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I mean, my sides in the summertime, I shave my sides because I like shaved head on the sides, but that's where my gray is. It's not in here, it's on the sides. And so basically it drives me crazy because I'll be like, because I can't even dye my hair because I have allergic reaction. Like the older I got, I don't know what happened, but the older I got, I developed an allergy to hair dye. So I can use plant-based dyes or whatever. So I basically had to accept, like, Sean, you can never dye your hair again. I might have like plant-based creams to kind of blend in whatever color extension I'm wearing, but that's about as much as I can do. But what I'm saying is that I was just like, okay, this is the reality. And I don't have a problem with gray hair. My problem was that I wanted it okay, if it's going to be gray on the side, it needs to be gray all over because it's still black. And if I was to wear my natural hair because it's gray on the sides and black, I'm going to be looking like Grandpa from Monsters. You know, he had that white, the white hair on the side and then it was, you know, it was black. Like, I was just like, that's not a look for me. But I know I got off track. What I'm saying is, I think that's the other reason why for these crazy enhancements, you know, where everybody's like, no, you need to get a lift or whatever. And again, if that's what you truly want to please, ladies, do it because you really, really want it to do only for yourself. Only for yourself. I have a problem with women who are married and they be like, I did all this because my husband wanted this and that and this and this and this. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you're not supposed to be interfering with marriages, you know. But that's why I said I'm thinking to myself, I don't tell these women that, you know, I keep it to myself because it's not my place to speak, you know, into someone else's marriage. But I'd be like, you doing all this because your husband wanted you to, and I'm sorry, what is he doing for you? You know, I don't like that. And this goes for women too, men and women, because there are women who want, you know, they will tell their spouses or their boyfriends, or they have a stereotype for men too. But it's funny because you don't see men. You don't see men going out there and doing crazy things to their bodies. I mean, yeah, there are some, I've heard of men doing male enhancements, you know, or whatever. Okay, but basically what I'm saying is When was the last time that you saw a man, right, getting injections and and all this kind of stuff? Okay, and I know y'all probably like, well, Cheyenne, it's like that's like men can take steroids to pump up or whatever. But I'm talking about okay, I would say for a man, those are the two areas that they're probably going to do some kind of enhancement on. The male private parts and then, their little muscles. That's probably it. I ain't never seen a man, okay, and then and yeah, okay, they might do the little, what's that, the little seed stuff to make their hair grow, I guess, you know. But for the most part, come on, we gotta admit, ladies, the majority of this behavior is coming from us. And we are doing it for more reasons than when you're saying, oh, I'm doing it to make myself happy. Because I promise you, you never wanted to look like a clown or something, freakish. That lady that I saw was freakish looking because it was beyond, it was out of this world. It was out of this world. And I know y'all said, Sean, you already said this, but I'm going to say it again because people will hear what they want to hear. And I will say it again. I am not saying there is anything wrong. What I'm saying is it's wrong when you are doing it to please society. It is wrong when you are doing it, just because you believe that this is how I'm going to get a man. This is how I'm going to get attention, from someone else. Yo, that's just too much. Because you know what? Society is not going to help you, right? When one of those enhancements goes wrong, society's not going to help you pay for the bills that you're going to need to pay for to get, whatever botched surgery you got fixed. Or even if it doesn't go wrong, they're not going to pay for the upkeep. They don't, they have nothing to say when you lay your head pillow to rest at night. They're not there. They're not going to help you. Okay? Because I promise y'all, give it a couple of years. Because we see it happen all the time. Give it a couple of years and all this extra over exaggerated body parts, watch, is going to go out of style. And if y'all sitting there saying, no, it's not. Okay. Again, for my subscribers who are around my age, let's go back in time. Do we not remember the model Twiggy? Remember Twiggy? And if you're younger and you're subscribed to the channel, you're like, who the hell is Twiggy? Look it up. Look up Twiggy the model. Twiggy was about the size of my finger. When Twiggy popped up, she was this skinny, super skinny, and I don't think Twiggy actually was really tall. I don't think she was. But basically, when Twiggy popped up on the scene, it was in the, in the modeling world, like this unique look. Like nobody had ever seen, because it was just like, they weren't into what a woman, like the curves of a woman. It was just like, and they put Twiggy out there and that set the standard. That's why if you go back and look at some of your mom's old Cosmopolitan magazines, or what's that other one, Red Book or whatever, even the old Vogues, those women had a certain is like this, and you still see the models. They're leaning in and, they're super like sticky, skinny. When I say sticky, like stick, skinny, they went off a Twiggy. But that was just a trend. And then here comes, decades later, Anna Nicole. And you had never seen anything. Well, you seen it, but you didn't see it before. And she set the mold, or, for like this plus size, voluptuous, statuesque figure. Right? And then it changed again. It was funny because people, and not to get too heavy, but you know, for the people who did not like the way African American or Black women's bodies looked like, you know, they always criticize certain things on us, right? You know, and our bums was one of them. But when J-Lo stepped out on the scene, remember that green dress that came all the way down here when she was with Puffy or whatever? And when she first stepped on the scene, she made Selena, and everybody's like, who is this Latino woman with this bottom? Now, that's hers. That's hers. That's all her. Because she did not have enhancements. She looked like that when she was a dancer on Living Color. I remember that. But because, you know, she was hot, she was the newest thing on the set, then it was like, you know, I feel like it became more accepted. And then everybody started doing it, you know, throughout the years. Yeah. I just want women to just do it for themselves, be happy, be really happy, and don't do anything that's so animated that it just makes you look crazy. Women put themselves through pain. I'm talking about serious pain. Because the other thing that I can't get into, okay, yes, women have always throughout time worn something like a girdle, you know, and basically it just evolved, and then you had Spanx and the Shape Mint. The name changed, but it's still the same concept of a girdle. Okay, so when women started wearing corsets again, like tightening corsets, you know, I started looking up what these corsets or the Shape Mints, see those materials, yeah, it basically, you know, I have a couple. I just wanted because, you know, I just wanted to make me look neat. Because the reality of it, they'll put somebody on a commercial and then they pull it down and all of a sudden their gut goes away. But that's not the reality of it. If you put it on and you got, you know, you got a little tie around your waist, or you got like a little bit of, you know, fat thighs there or whatever, all it does is just keep it from jiggling. But what y'all fail to realize, do your research, Google that, and see what kind of damage it does if you wear it every single day. Because I cannot wear those things every day. Number one, because it's so tight. So tight. Even if you keep going up in size, that thing compresses you. Did you know that it messes up your breathing? Do you know, or did you know, that it can mess up your digestive system? Because you got to remember, if it is compressing, it is pushing all of this in your organs. And you're trying to eat. You have pushed everything in. You forced everything. It messes up. And I'm not saying you can't wear it. What I'm saying is when you are trying to buy the corsets to make this tiny little waist so you can have this wide over exaggerated hips and boobies, and you gotta remember, I mean, you know, we're not jellyfish. We got some serious organs you never even heard of going on inside your body, and you are trying to squeeze it. Third is it can damage the flow of your blood. Okay? If you are wearing this every day, all the time. All of this to do what? Because see, you might be able to get away. And if anybody's 20-something, they're like, she don't know what she's talking about. Or she's just mad. No, I'm trying to tell you, yes, there are a lot of things your body got away with when you were in your 20s. But if you plan on living longer, I'm trying to tell you this right now. It's just like the women who, you know, I mean, you know what? Ask Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City. You know, Sarah could rock some shoes, and I do love shoes, right? I mean, I could never wear those heels that she wore. You know what I mean? I know I couldn't. And even if you have a high instep, a high arch, the higher your arch is, then the higher you're more comfortable in a high heel. But if you Google Sarah Jessica, all you got to do is type in Sarah Jessica Parker feet and watch what she says. Watch what happened to her. Because all those years of wearing that kind of heel, right? She actually started growing a sixth toe. Because she had a bone spur and then there was an extra bone that started growing. And her doctor had told her for a year. And y'all, you may know this and you may not know, but I think it was either during the last season of Sex and the City or when they first made the first one. She couldn't wear heels for a year. She had to wear flats and she was dying. Now, luckily, stuff had already been filmed. Oh, she died. She was dying because she likes high heels. What I'm saying is all those years caught, and she said it too, all those years caught up to her. All those years caught up to her. Now, I kind of got off because I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with her wearing heels. What I'm saying is if wearing just heels caught up to her body, what I'm saying is all these enhancements that you guys are doing, it will catch up to you. And here's the thing. Some of you will have this attitude like, well, I'm worried about when I get old. Number one, if you are blessed and you do get to live that long, right? Let me tell you something. Unless you are super duper rich, I promise you, the first thing that you realize once you start getting older is, you know what? I don't want to keep going to the doctor every time I turn around because you already have to start doing more preventative checkups as you get older, right? And most times they are covered, but I'm telling you right now, every single time you got to go for something, those bills start racking up. It starts racking up. And you're going to be mad at yourself if you get older and now all of these injections, all this extra stuff that you did that was not necessary or whatever starts to have an effect on your body. Because if you think you got bills now, you ain't seen bills until you got to get this fixed, that fixed, this fixed, that fixed. Because here's the thing. If you're thinking insurance is going to cover it, they are not going to cover it. Just like they don't cover your enhancements, they don't care. They don't care if it made you sick. They're going to look at that crap and be like, oh no. That's why do you think, right? Insurance be asking you questions like, do you smoke? Because if they find out that you got lung cancer from smoking, yeah, they put some stipulations in there. They're not really trying to help you like that. Because the way they feel is like you kind of brought this on yourself. Yep. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I don't know. And I just feel like if nobody had ever said, this is the way you should look. All women should look this way. All women should be this way, I mean, because here's the thing. God forbid if you're doing it for a man. Because, newsflash, if you are doing it for a man, because you might be like, well, most men like that. Let me tell you something. If you're doing it to keep a man, honey, baby, somebody done told you wrong that's what's going to keep a man, because that's not what's going to keep a man. It might make him turn his head, but a real man is going to stay with a woman no matter what she looks like. And I'm not talking about letting yourself go and just be like, I got you now. like I don't have to watch my behind or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. A real man's going to be like, okay, so what? You wear a bonnet at night, or okay, you got some cold cream on your face. He sees you with the bags under your eyes or whatever. Okay, when these girls no longer want to sit up to play and they just want to lay down, gravity takes its toll. I mean, that's nature. That's where the maturity comes in. That's where the maturity comes in. There is no fountain of youth. You can be young at heart. I am definitely young at heart. Yes, young at heart. Right? But yeah, that's not going to keep a man. Because I'm telling you right now, if you think that that's what they want, they might want to play with that, but they don't really want to take that kind of woman home to mom. You know, that's the old saying. Just like my uncle Lee used to say when me and my cousin was coming up. You know, me and Michelle, I mean, we were big girls. When I say big girls, I'm talking about just our bodies developing at a very young age, you know, or whatever. And I mean, we never dressed crazy, you know, or whatever, but because we already had the bodies that, you know, like everything was coming in nicely, you know, I guess other females wanted that. But my uncle would say, leave something to be desired. Leave something to the imagination. Yep. And I was just like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, I was a tomboy, so I was just like, whatever, you know. But when I did start getting into the girly phase, you know, like, oh, you know, boys really are looking at me, not to just play tackle football in the snow, but they're looking at me to say, hey, what's going on, you know? And yeah, you start feeling a little sexy, but I understood what he meant. Leave something to the imagination. Leave something to be desired. And if y'all saying, well, these women aren't showing anything, just all that exaggeration. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. Be happy. Because, you know, there's a joke that some, people who... that, you know, I don't just want to say Christians, but they believe in God, or, you know, basically we would say, look, I don't want to do all of that, because when I die and I'm standing before God, I don't want him looking over me like, Shanya Lancaster, where's Sean? And I'll be like, here I am. And he'd be like, oh. I don't want to be in front of God. And he'd be like, oh, oh yeah, that is you. I mean, we all know that God's going to know who you are. What I'm saying is, I'm just putting something out there. You know, just putting something out there. So that's my rant and rave for today, folks. Something for you to think about. Something for you to think about. So let me know what you think. You know, again, I cannot stress this enough. I am not against that. You know, if that's something that you want to do, you know, you never liked your hook nose or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about when you have done something just so exaggerated that will possibly hurt your body, you know, in the long run, because it's going to have some kind of crazy effect down the line. And I don't want anybody to, God, I would hate to think, even if I never met you and I don't know who you are and I never became your friend, but it does kind of bother my heart to think that somebody one day could be sitting there and going through pain and bills, medical bills, to correct something, all because of vanity or peer pressure when they were younger. Because you got to remember, if y'all ever saw the movie, Death Becomes Her. Death Becomes Her. There's a part in there with Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep, and they go to this lady to basically get their bodies all enhanced, you know. You know what that lady says? Yup, you drink this serum, yeah, you can have the perfect body and everything, but be careful and treat your body good, because whatever you break or destroy on your body because they wanted to be immortal, you will have that body for the rest of your life. Now, we're not immortal, but think about that. Think about that. I will see if I can try, when I go to edit this video, I'll try to put the clip in there. I will try and put the link in the description box. But if I can't, you need to check out the movie Death Becomes Her with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn, and I think Bruce Willis, yeah, was in there. And it's a comedy, it's a dark comedy, but you know what? That's one of my favorite movies because it's so true. We may not be immortal, but whatever you are doing to your body, as long as you are living in this realm, on this earth, in this time space, that's it. That's the only body you get. That's it. Okay? This isn't a sci-fi movie where you can get another body. This is it, folks. So whatever body you have, treat it well. If you treat your body well now, your body will remember you when you get older, and it will thank you and say, okay, you treated me good in your early years. Let me treat you good in your, what I say. If you treated me good in your early years, let me treat you good in your older years. That's what I meant to say. Yep. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. Is there a glare? Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, folks, that's it. I don't know how this video's turned out because I felt myself looking all over the place. But anyway, y'all got the message. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. If you enjoyed this conversation, give it a thumbs up. Okay. If you didn't enjoy this conversation, but maybe you just like me talking, give it a thumbs up. Yes. And take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And remember what I said. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to be everybody's best friend. But what you do need to do is respect each other. Yeah? Respect yourself and your body. Yeah. Until next time, folks. Happy Sunday. Take care. God bless. Bye.